Hey everybody, I got my 1655 front wheel assist out, playing with it, getting ready for a plow day I'm going to go to, getting the plow adjusted. They tell you a little about it. I've owned it for somewhere close to 20 years now. Interesting story, my wife and I went to look at it, bought it, that and the 2050 at the same time. And it was easy, about 2.5 hour drive to up to where it was at. And it's winter, and they'd been spreading manure with this tractor that day. It didn't look this good. It had been painted with some Farm and Fleet green of some kind. It was paintbrush paint. It didn't actually look too bad, but it was the wrong shade of green, and you got close, you could see the brush strokes. Hopefully the wind ain't ruining all this. And so they'd been spreading manure with it, and I'm not going to drive 2.5 hours one way to look at a tractor and not at least test drive it. So I hop on, drive it around a little bit, and we talked some. We couldn't come to an agreement at that point. Did finally come to an agreement later on on price, but get back in the car to start heading home, and well, I'd gotten cow manure on my feet somewhere or another. It was a long 2.5 hour ride home because, well, the missus didn't think she was the missus at that point. Might have been fiance. But anyways, she didn't care for that long ride home with that smell on my shoes. I ran it for a few years on the farm, and then the over and under acted up on it. Shaft from that's hanging on the wall of shame. And clutch wasn't in the best shape. They said it had been recently overhauled and it runs like it. I haven't done anything. I replaced the rear main seal while I had it down that far, but the engine just runs like a top and it starts great in the cold, so I wasn't going to mess with it. So I went through the over and under, stripped the sheet metal down. Hydraulic system was in great shape. Just went through the front axle, resealed that. Transfer case, the seals were shot in that. I'm glad I opened that up and redid that while I had it apart. And painted it myself. I'd bought new tires for it between the time I got it and the time I painted it. The tires that were on it were in pretty sad shape. One of them finally gave up, so I got, these are BF Goodrich 13.624s on the front, 18.434s on the back. I really like these tires. They just got a good lug to them, a good aggressive look. Let's see, this would be a 356 plow on the back of here. This tractor can handle 4, but for doing something like going to a plow day, it's really convenient to have a fully mounted plow because it's just back on the trailer, strap everything down, and away you go. Same thing when you get to the plow day. You know, having to wait for a loader to come unload you, make sure they don't bang into your trailer or anything like that. This plow actually belongs to my friend Alan, so thanks for letting me use your plow, Alan. It's a cushion trip, and what happens is the plow's pulling this way, or resistance is this way. This pin here is actually in a slot inside of there, and when it gets back far enough, this roller here moves back until it can come out, and then the whole thing can roll up. The nice thing is with the spring there, minor rocks, it just gives it a little cushion, helps keep from chipping and breaking stuff. And if it's hard enough of a rock or immovable object, the whole thing moves far enough back to where that pin comes out, and then the whole thing trips, comes up. You just back up, set it back down, everything moves forward, the pin drops back in, and you drop her in the ground and get rolling again. So not as nice as auto reset, but it does a good job of protecting the shares and other parts of the plow because of that cushioning effect. As far as 1655s with front wheel assist, I think there was somewhere right around 124 of them built. A lot of them got exported. Many of them to Belize. Quite a few to Quebec. In Quebec, they like their tractors Oliver green and not cockshut red. And this is actually one of those Quebec tractors that was originally shipped to Quebec. Somehow or another found its way into Michigan when I bought it. Been a real good tractor. I really enjoy driving it. just like all the others. Yeah. We'll throw some plowing action in there. .283 cubic inch direct injected engine. This is an Oliver Waukesha engine. It's got the 3-speed over and under. I did all the painting myself. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty darn happy with the way it turned out. I've been plowing in second gear. Move along pretty fast. Third gear is pretty fast with 18.434s on it. Plus, with rocks, the faster you hit them, the more likely they are to break something. Tripped on a rock last round. Woo. Probably trip on some more. There's a lot of rocks right on this film. Over, flinging the dirt pretty good, plowing pretty deep. Changing the direction. I work this field for harvest logistics. That's part of the reason I'm plowing it, to kind of smooth out the direction of travel to the way I want it. This makes a lot more sense to be able to work off of this dirt road up here as far as loading, unloading, and a lot more access than there is going the long way. And then the combine usually gets full before I can take a complete round, so I'm doing a lot of jockeying around. A lot of wagons going across fields and stuff. Just cut down on the amount of traffic, compaction. Strip the bottom. Pop that back in. We're in here and away we go. Right there, makes your mark just for a moment. Tips here on 3-point hitch plow adjustment, which now it looks off kilter because I just stuck it back in the ground. But you got to think like an engineer when you're setting up a plow. They design it to run flat and level. So you want it to be level this way, you want it to be level this way. So if it's high in the back, you lengthen your top length. If it's deep in the back, shorten up your top length. You know, if that side needs to go deeper, lengthen that arm right there, or shorten it, just depending. But one way or another, get it leveled out, and it'll do a good job of plowing. Yeah, there's where she tripped. I didn't have it quite back all the way in the ground to level it for it to get leveled back out. Should have gone a couple more feet. But I'll get more footage at the plow day when upload it afterwards. Appreciate everybody watching. Thanks again.